Go James! Go James! Go James! So if I hit the next three, man, I'm 50%, man. Check my stats. All right, okay. Hold on. Let me take my time on this. Take my time. Go James! I think my ankle's starting to hurt, man. My ankle's starting to hurt. Go James! Go James! Well, man, you know what? I'm gonna shoot a left hand like Kobe, man. I'm better than Kobe.
The NBA world is erupting into complete chaos, and this debate is tearing the basketball community apart. The super team era is under fire like never before, and fans aren't holding back anymore. The polished narratives that dominated headlines for years are suddenly being challenged. Some believe the carefully crafted legacy is beginning to crack, while others insist the criticism has gone too far. But what if everything you've been told deserves a second look? The biggest question isn't just about championships anymore. It's about legacy. It's about truth. And it's about whether the modern NBA has been selling fans a story that doesn't match what actually happened on the court. Reports, hot takes, and endless debates are colliding. But one ruthless argument keeps refusing to disappear. So here's the explosive question that's dividing basketball fans everywhere. Is LeBron James truly one of the greatest franchise-carrying superstars the game has ever seen? Or, as some critics argue, has he spent much of his career as the most gifted supporting superstar in NBA history, thriving alongside elite talent while the media built a different narrative? This isn't just another GOAT debate. It's a conversation that could completely change how people view one of the most celebrated careers basketball has ever witnessed. Stay until the end, because the evidence has left the NBA world completely split. Before we dive in, I want to hear from you. Where do you stand on this debate? Drop your opinion in the comments below, because this discussion is about to get very controversial.
This is from last week's What Viewers Say About the Duck. The deer, the leader of the 4 and 6 kingdom, people. Don't ever forget it. He says, thanks for what you do. LeBron is one of the best supporting players I've ever seen. I mean, sure, Robert Horry has more rings at 7, and Derek Fisher has 5 too. And sure, Andre Iguodala and Tony Parker have 4 rings and a Finals MVP each. But LeBron has been a great supporting player. D. Wade and Bosh may have led the team, but they received good support from the Duck to win too, except for in 2011's. The Duck was nowhere to be found.
Let's start with a bold argument that's igniting heated debate across the basketball world. An objective fan known as Real Hermit recently revisited the history of NBA super teams and re-examined LeBron James' entire career through a completely unfiltered lens. According to Real Hermit, the mainstream media has long portrayed LeBron as the ultimate franchise savior who carried undermanned teams to championships. But after digging into the historical record, he reached a very different conclusion. His argument? Once you strip away the branding and focus strictly on how those championship teams were built, LeBron James may not fit the traditional one-man franchise narrative. Instead, Real Hermit argued that LeBron is arguably one of the greatest supporting superstars the game has ever seen, a claim that's now fueling one of the most controversial debates in basketball.
The greatest role player of all time, or maybe we should say the most talented role player of all time. The Duck is not even the greatest role player of all time. Anyway, in no way Kyrie is winning in Cleveland without LeGM and Kevin Love. And you know, AD received some great support from the Duck in 2020. Now he's going to Philly to try and support them. One of the GOAT role players ever. You know what? Fanboys, upon reading this comment, I just had a revelation.
Think about that for a second. Many LeBron supporters will immediately reject the idea. But let's follow the argument. The comparison points to legendary role players like Robert Horry, who won 7 championships, Derek Fisher with 5 titles, and stars such as Andre Iguodala and Tony Parker, who each captured 4 championships, with Parker also earning an NBA Finals MVP. The controversial claim is that at the peak of LeBron James' title runs, he often functioned less as the lone closer and more as an elite, high-impact, supporting superstar, while others frequently shouldered the biggest late-game scoring burden. Whether you agree or not, that's the argument fueling this increasingly heated debate.
For Cleveland, including this one, they came out of the timeout set to get Steph Curry on Kyrie Irving. They get exactly what they want. Everybody out of my way. It's time to dance. Gets them one-on-one, lulls them to sleep, forces a late contest. That's a big-time offensive play by Kyrie Irving, but it's a play he's made his entire life. The ability to score and flat out get it done on the offensive end. Irving now with 26 and back in Cleveland. These fans realize they're 10.6 seconds away now from a championship.
Look back at LeBron James' Miami years with Dwyane Wade and Chris Bosh. Critics argue the media often credits LeBron alone, while overlooking the bigger picture. They point to the 2011 NBA Finals against the Dallas Mavericks, where LeBron struggled late in the series and Wade carried much of Miami's offense. The same critics also contend that Wade and Bosh were already the cultural backbone of the franchise before LeBron arrived, with the Heat eventually winning 2 championships after the trio came together. They extend that argument to Cleveland, where LeBron supporters celebrate the historic title, but critics counter that Kyrie Irving's iconic game-winning 3 over Stephen Curry in Game 7 of the 2016 NBA Finals was the defining shot that sealed the championship. Whether you agree or not, those moments remain at the center of the debate.
Can you feel it? South Florida is electric, knowing the Miami Heat has now secured 3 of the NBA's biggest names to play right here next season.
Tonight, the trio is complete. LeBron James joining Dwyane Wade and Chris Bosh.
Critics take the argument even further. They point to Cleveland, where Kyrie Irving and Kevin Love provided elite shot creation and floor spacing, arguing Kyrie's late-game heroics were indispensable to the 2016 championship. They then shift to the 2020 NBA bubble in Orlando, claiming Anthony Davis was the Lakers' defensive anchor, dominant scorer, and the hero behind clutch moments like his game-winning buzzer beater against the Denver Nuggets, while LeBron operated as the veteran playmaker. Those same critics argue the pattern continues with LeBron's reported move to Philadelphia, where he would join Joel Embiid, Tyrese Maxey, and Jaylen Brown on a low-cost deal, stepping into a roster already loaded with all-star talent. From that perspective comes the debate's most controversial claim. LeBron has spent much of his career saying he needed more help because, according to his critics, he was often the help rather than the lone franchise carrier. The discussion even spills off the court. Critics also questioned Rich Paul's corporate executive comparison, arguing it doesn't hold up. Their view is simple. If someone rises to become a CEO earning tens of millions, their family typically isn't forced to keep working out of necessity. Whether fair or unfair, these arguments continue to fuel one of the most polarizing debates in modern basketball. Critics didn't stop there. They argued that once someone earns generational wealth, their family's future is typically secure, and if an athlete chooses to financially support a large circle of people, that's a personal decision, not proof that their profession is uniquely difficult. They also accused Rich Paul of losing touch with everyday reality, pointing to his story of selling vintage jerseys from the trunk of his car before becoming one of sports' most powerful agents. The sharpest criticism centered on Rich Paul's suggestion that elite athletes have one of the hardest jobs in the world. Opponents called that claim disrespectful to millions of working-class people who face far greater physical risks. They pointed to occupations like offshore oil rig workers, who spend months away from their families, work exhausting 12-hour shifts in dangerous conditions, and face life-threatening hazards every day. Whether you agree with that comparison or not, it became another flashpoint in an already explosive debate. Critics pushed the comparison even further, arguing that offshore oil rig workers and firefighters endure far greater physical danger for a fraction of an NBA salary. They point out that firefighters rush into collapsing, burning buildings, risk their lives to save strangers, and often earn only modest incomes. From that perspective, They argue Rich Paul's comments dramatically underestimated the sacrifices made by everyday workers, while overstating the hardships of professional athletes. The criticism also extended to LeBron James and the 2020 NBA bubble, where some felt media coverage portrayed the experience as an extraordinary hardship despite players staying in a secure Disney resort with premium accommodations and amenities while separated from their families for a limited time. Critics argue that mindset reflects a disconnect from the realities faced by many working-class people, making Rich Paul's remarks one of the most controversial talking points in the ongoing NBA debate. Critics argue the comparison between NBA stars and everyday workers only grows more controversial when you consider people serving in combat zones or working dangerous jobs like coal mining under life-threatening conditions. They also point to Michael Jordan's lasting global influence, noting that the Jordan brand continues to outperform LeBron James' signature line. In their view, Jordan represents unmatched competitive greatness, while Kobe Bryant's shoes symbolize the relentless Mamba mentality. By contrast, critics claim LeBron's brand has become associated with super teams, post-season disappointments, flopping, stat padding, and shifting blame, though supporters strongly dispute that characterization. Another viewer, Snakes and Ducks, argued that despite decades of media praise, LeBron has never earned the same level of universal organic respect from the basketball community. The commenter claimed that while wealth and influence can shape narratives, they cannot manufacture genuine admiration. William Livingston echoed that criticism, accusing LeBron of showing more energy for pre-game routines and social media than transition defense, while Mr. Shannon labeled him scrubnificent, arguing he has historically thrived alongside elite stars who handled the toughest defensive and late-game responsibilities. Those opinions remain highly controversial, but they continue to fuel one of basketball's most polarizing debates. So where does the truth really lie? Is LeBron James one of the greatest players the sport has ever seen? Or have critics uncovered uncomfortable questions that the basketball world has avoided for years? The debate isn't ending anytime soon, and now it's your turn to decide. If you enjoyed this unfiltered breakdown, make sure to like the video, subscribe to Hoop Lab, and turn on notifications so you never miss our next deep dive into the NBA's biggest controversies. Drop your verdict in the comments below. We're reading every opinion. Until next time, this is Hoop Lab. Peace.